pipe dream. It's not going to happen. What do you think?
No, it's not a pipe dream at all. Let's just say a couple of things about meteorology, because I'm a meteorologist, and I'm sitting here in a place called Thailand, actually, at this moment in time. I'm doing some conferences on safety in a climate change world, but it's basically safety in terms of weather, extreme weather, that type of thing. So I'm helping people to understand and what they might do. Now, look, by boat, Lois, I rode for the last 3 weeks.
No, you didn't, Jim.
The way it goes.
You took a plane. Jim, you took a plane, you polluter, you CO2 emitter.
I offset. Look, nobody's saying don't fly. Nobody in my side of the world is saying do not fly. You may laugh. Look, at the end of the day, that's not the argument. Let's make this absolutely clear. Nobody's saying don't eat beef and don't do this. They're saying limit what you do and offset what you do, which is I offset my CO2. Hopefully the airline will do what they need to do and take that CO2 in a different direction. And that's to be learned. But look, can I make the point? 44.6 degrees in Thailand, a new all-time record. Laos, China, Pakistan, India, all-time April heat. And the same in Spain. Spain this week, 38.8, April hot temperature ever. And we're getting there. North America, the same in terms of Washington and I've got to think of Oregon. Those two places, hottest April temperatures ever. This is the reality of where we are at this moment in time. In a single week, all of those records broken.
OK, well, can I just interject, because I want to get Lois in, but I also want to say that, obviously, if we've got such high temperatures, we won't be needing so much heating, which would probably be a good thing. Lois?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's never been warmer in the world at any time before now, has it, Jim? There were no hippopotami swimming in the Thames. We've never had ice ages. We've never had continents separating because it's been hot and cold. We've never had grapes growing in the north of England during the Roman warm period. But anyway, I digress. How wonderful that the government suddenly seems to be waking up to the fact that it's all completely and utterly ridiculous. I've got a statistic for you. For 1 day in the winter, the cost of the batteries for 2 terawatt hours, because we've got no storage, but for 1 day in the winter, it would cost £1 trillion in today's lithium prices, current lithium prices for the batteries, £1 trillion. Recently, a battery storage capacity thing was opened to great fanfare in this country, the biggest in Europe. They are able to supply 1% of the UK's current energy needs for, wait for it, 2 minutes. What a complete load of rubbish. And you're saying, how on earth are you offsetting? How are you offsetting your flight? Because I'm just very interested. What are you doing? You're cutting down, you're planting some trees?
Let me just roll backwards slightly on all of that rubbish you've just given me.
Hang on,
because it's the old straws in the, it's the usual straws in the wind. Look, in the last year, Europe, in terms of energy, had utilised more renewable energy than fossil fuel energy. As I've said to you before, this is an evolving situation, and it's only going in one direction. And by the way, I can agree with you, Lois. I can agree with you on this. Okay, let's try and agree on something this week if we can. Okay, and that is this government has made an absolute turnip of what is occurring as far as renewables and the exchange of energy and the direction of travel.
Jim, they've all got a similar plan, and they're all making a turnip of it. Yeah. But I just want to come back to what Lois said. How are you offsetting? How are you offsetting this flight, though, Jim?
I'm fascinated.
Well, I don't do it personally. I know for a fact that, for example, the airlines and other industries will have ways by which they, for example, they will buy, with the money that's donated, certain amounts of forestry, certain renewable energy offsets that they will plough into wherever they plough into. It is down to the airlines to select those things. But that's an option. If you ever go on an aircraft, which you probably don't now because you're probably too scared, but nevertheless, the fact remains is they can renew, they can do that. That's offset. It's called offsetting. That's what it's about. So it's a step in the right direction. It's not the full answer.
It is, yeah.
It does seem like one of those big scams. I mean, I had read about it.
Why would I be too scared to go on an aeroplane, Jim?
No reason. Just
why did
because
you say
you
that?
seem to be scared of the world at this moment in time.
I'm not scared.
You know,
I'm not scared at all.
we've been there.
You are the
You seem to
person
be
that's a
scared of
member of an
moving forward
Armageddon
in
death
any
cult.
shape or form to
I'm
a
not
greener
scared of
planet.
anything at all. Very, very little scares me, Jem. Apart from all of these terrible
Apart from
fears
green things.
that have been put into children. I'm scared for children because they honestly think that the end of the world is nigh. There's no religion and it's been replaced with the cultism that you promote. But I actually don't, you know... Go on, sorry.
Lois, let me say, I don't preach cultism. I preach the
Yes, you
science
do.
that I come from. I'm a meteorologist. Now, you tell me, how are you qualified in climatology, meteorology, or any associated science? You tell
you're
me
a
how you are.
meteorologist. You're not a
'Cause I am.
climatologist. You're not a physicist.
Well, hold on, he's asked you a question. How are you qualified?
I'm qualified in so much as Greta Thunberg, and also in so much as Sir David Attenborough, and also in so much as almost every single politician that spouts this complete and utter globalist agenda nonsense. I'm very lucky my organisation has a huge number of advisors, including physicists, geologists, and also engineers and members of the RSA.
Most of them absolutely faked. But if you're on a level with David Attenborough, I'll eat my hat, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm as
Lois, look,
qualified
one day
as
we'll
him.
have a drink together, we can discuss this. But
Why do you keep asking me out for
you on a level
drink?
with David Attenborough?
He's been polite.
Are you
He's
sure?
been polite. Well, listen, I think on that bombshell, on that lovely invite of a drink, which I suspect Lois will accept. Jim Dale, thank you very much, and Lois Perry, great to talk to you.